friend John Madrid, and
Bella Garcia, Harry guys are making an appearance again.
we're going to try to make it a regular thing, guys.
Maybe.
But on this, hey, there she goes, maybe. So on this Topic Tuesday, we're going to be talking about credit optimization. We've had a great week so far. We've had a couple of, two or three people apply in yesterday, which is Monday. It's a good way to start the week off. And we wanted to talk about, credit optimization, taking advantage of your credit. And I'm glad that Bella Garcia was able to join me today.
Yeah, guys. Like I said, we kind of talked about how there's a couple of topics related to the home buying process and the home buying realm that we're kind of just gonna work in regularly, just to keep people updated and bring some reminders and some insight on, good habits when it comes to your credit, things to look out for, and things to kind of just be aware of, right? All throughout your life, but especially during the time where you guys want to get into a home.
Of course, credit's important. So let's jump right into it. And we're going to talk about, taking advantage of your credit, the things that you need to do so that your credit's where it needs to be at. But most importantly, to reduce your anxiety, thinking that your credit has to be perfect for you to take that first step and apply. Because ultimately speaking, we can educate you all we want. We can give you all the perfect data. But if you guys don't pull the trigger to, scan the QR code or click the link at top and take that first step to home ownership, it's kind of hard to really make a plan of action that's going to make it happen. But we make it easy here. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the topic.
So we're taking advantage of our credit today. Just start off, of course, your credit's a key factor in mortgage approval and impacts your approval chance, the amount you get approved for, and also like the interest rate that you're going to be, the bank's going to provide for you.
Agreed. So let me kind of touch a little bit on those things too as well. So like she talked about, your credit score is a key factor. It's not the only factor, but of course, it comes down. We had talked about it. She did a great job about talking about, the credit, the money, and what was it, the down payment, the trifecta?
Yes.
Yeah. So of course, it is going to improve your chances. The higher your score is, the better chance you're going to have in an approval. But our banks, we have, the top leading lenders in the nation. They work with all kinds of credit scores. They're going to get you that maximum approval amount with the best rate for your score. So, you can feel assured here with Move In Next that we're going to get you the best financing on the market for you and your family. So we can help you guys move in next. Okay. Go ahead, Bella.
So basically, I like to call it, it's like your greatest financial tool, right? Things that go into your credit score overall, it comes into stuff like your credit cards, your auto loans, student loans, personal loans, and then too, some of these buy now, pay later softwares can also affect your score overall. But basically, a good credit score gives you access to a lot of opportunities, but it can also limit your dreams if it's not properly taken care of. So, all these aspects should be something that you care for, and something that you genuinely work towards keeping up.
Agreed. So let me add to what she said there, which is great. So, and we'll have a different topic Tuesday where we'll delve more, maybe like on DTI, things like that. But I want to kind of touch base on it here. So, credit cards. A lot of times we'll have clients that say, I got 4 or 5 credit cards. Let me go pay them off. Don't pay anything off yet. Again, pull that trigger, scan the QR code, click the link. But as far as when it comes to credit cards, the only part that counts towards your credit utilization is the minimum payment. So, like, regardless of what you owe, if your minimum payment's $40, they're looking at that $40 minimum payment, not at the $500 balance you might have or whatever the case may be. So, now if you need to pay some of them down or something, I mean, we'll definitely advise you of that once you get there. But a lot of times I have seen, clients go and just start paying things off when they might not have had to, and they could have utilized some of those funds more for, the down payments and stuff. So that's kind of the one thing that I wanted to like touch base a little bit on. And then of course, when we do our DTI topic Tuesday, we'll go more into like the other categories that you talked about, the auto loans, the student loans, the personal loans, the buy now, pay later. Of course, the most important part is Do your best to pay everything on time, because if you took it out on credit, I mean, that's kind of the point. That's kind of the idea, so that whenever it's time to pull the trigger on a home, you guys are in the best position to be able to buy. But again, we tell you these things to encourage you to say it doesn't have to be perfect for you guys to be able to, realize home ownership. Okay.
Agreed.
All right. There you go. Go ahead and break it down for them.
So here's basically your credit score breakdown, right? I put together a really good chart to give you a visual of what exactly takes up most of that score. So basically, your payment history, right? Like John touched on, try your best to always pay everything on time. That makes up 35% of your score. The 30% is credit utilization. So basically how to my understanding, that's basically how much of your limit that you're using, right? You always
That's
want to try
correct.
your your credit cards, your loan, your mainly your credit cards, right? Under
Yeah.
30% utilization. The length of your credit history. One thing that I've always been told as well is don't close your oldest credit card. That's going to hurt your score. Even if you're not using them, use it at the gas station. Buy yourself a little Coke and a little can
Yeah.
gas station just to keep it
Keep it
open.
active.
Keep
Correct.
it active, exactly. Because 15% of that is the length of your credit history. 10% is your credit mix, so a mix of credit cards, loans, personal loans. They want a good balanced credit mix, um, just to show a good diversity on that. And then another 10% is just new credit inquiries, so like hard inquiries. You don't want to apply for credit cards back to back to back. That's going to hurt your score. So yeah, that's pretty much how your credit score gets broken down.
I like it. So one of the things that I'm going to touch base or just expand a little on is going to be the new credit inquiries. Like she just pointed out, definitely you don't want to apply for a lot of credit cards back to back, or go and try to get approved for your vehicle at a dealership necessarily, where they run your credit 20 times. When it comes to a home, it is the one product, the one category where you're encouraged to shop to multiple lenders, and it will not negatively affect your credit. So whenever we say we do business with the top lenders, with the one application that you can fill out, which again is at the top, you scan the QR code or click the link, we send it to the top lenders. We ask them all the same thing. What is the best, what is the maximum credit amount? What is the minimum down payment? But that is the one product where it does not decrease your credit when it's a home. Outside of that, like Bella said, and I couldn't have said it better, don't go run your credit a ton of times. And if you haven't bought these products, buy the house first and worry about those products after, for sure. Okay, cool.
Moving on. Basically, this is just some smart credit strategies for your future home buyers. So if you do plan on, getting your forever home or getting your starter home within the next 6 to 8 months, these are some tips to start implementing now, just so you're set up in a good place, later on when that time comes around. So basically, like we were just saying, keep your revolving credit between 25 and 30%. Don't max out those cards. Don't max out those limits, and then pay on time every time as best you can.
That's
Again,
right.
don't close a credit line. That's going to lessen your score and just reduce your credit history. Um, Apply for auto loans through your personal bank. Just like John said, don't apply for them at the dealership because they will run it up crazy, and that's going to knock it down a few points as well. Avoid opening too many new accounts before applying. So within that 6 month range, from what I see and say, is a good starting point to don't open up a new credit card. Yada yada yada. Um, and like John touched on in the beginning, only the minimum payments count towards your debt to income ratio, right? So whatever
That's
your
right.
minimum payment is on your credit card, that is what the lenders look at rather than the balance or your limit. And then my
There
biggest
you
thing
go.
is the quality of your accounts is way more effective and way more I guess reasonable over the quantity. So quality over quantity always.
That's the way it normally works. So I'm glad she really touched point on that as far as quality over quantity. I'm going to give one example, and again, this is to encourage and to educate. So, like for example, it's better to have, and I'm not saying if you have one or the other, it's not this person is better than this person, but I want to use that example because it's not about that. It's just a tangible example. It's better to have two credit cards of $5,000 limits than 10 $1,000 credit cards. So now, if you have 10 $1,000 credit cards, I'm not saying poor you, don't close them, keep them. But that's kind of a good example that came to mind, Bella, of over quantity over or quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Like two $5,000 ones is better than 10 $1,000 ones. So things like that. Because if you have $1,000 credit card, the point would be to expand a second one to maybe a 2,000. So again, that's what we're here to do is educate you on that kind of information. But there's an example of quality over quantity. Great job.
Great example. So, John, I'm gonna hand this over to you because this is a new addition to Move In Next, and we are
There you
excited
go.
to implement this and just help you guys even more.
There you go. Okay. Well, I'll hand the I'll hand or what do you
Take
mean?
the baton.
I'll take the baton. I'm over here. Anyway, okay. So move in next credit optimization. Okay. So essentially, what it is here is again, this is where we're really going to hone in and encourage you guys, regardless of how worried you are about the credit, or if you, I mean, because a lot of times I've seen clients that say, you know what, I'm not in a place where I need to buy right now. I don't think my credit's where it needs to be. I don't think I can get approved. That's the reason we don't even ask you for a deposit until we've already secured you an approval. So in this situation, what we do here for this 499, which is 75% off, because typically a credit optimization course that is, 3 to 6 months long is going to run you somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000. So in a nutshell, what it is we're going to work on repairing the credit to get you into that approvable range. We're not going to just refer you, or not, I say refer you because we do it here inside of Move It Next, but we're not going to just enroll you into a credit repair program if we don't feel you're the right candidate for it. So let me kind of tell you what that means. Everybody can, benefit somehow, some way from credit optimization. But this specific program is for you guys, number one, encouraging you to apply. But number two is if you're close but you're just barely off, or you're not even if you're, I mean, you could be way off and we can still help you. But the point is we'd hate for you guys to be like 3, 4, 5, 10, 13, 15, some kind of like a small amount of points from being able to become a homeowner. And again, we can help everybody with the program, but the point is to get you across the finish line, to get you into that approvable range, to get you that customized plan, because we work directly with the lenders. And whenever they do turn an application down temporarily, and I'm going to go ahead and focus on temporarily, is they always tell us, hey, they can't get approved at the moment, again, right now, without doing A, B, C, D, F, G, or ABC. Because sometimes it might be 30 things, sometimes it might be 4 or 5 things, but we're going to take care of you guys at a flat rate, regardless of how much work it is for us, because what we need to do at that point is actually follow through with the recommendations that the lenders have. And that's what we're here to do is, walk you guys through that process. Because a lot of times, even when we're given the answer, if we don't execute the answer, then we never get the end result that we actually want. So that's really what Move In Next Credit Optimization is all about. It's about helping you get into that approvable range, which the whole purpose of that is to help you guys move in next. And then on top of that, get you 75% off. It's kind of hard to miss out on a promotion like that that's not beneficial to everybody who's involved.
Well said.
All right. Well, let's
All
see here. All right. Well, you know what? As we go over this one, let's move on to the next slide so we can talk about it since we have this information memorized, I would think by
right.
now. All right. So, guys, you can call or text either one of us, 432 201 1105. We are here to help you. You can call or text. También hablamos español. También hablamos hoy de podemos arreglar el crédito, ayudarle a conseguir la casa. The most important part, guys, is that we are bilingual here. We talked about credit optimization today on this topic Tuesday. And the most important part is we also rolled out our Move In Next credit optimization program, which again is 75% off. We're here to get you across the finish line, not only optimizing your credit, but securing you, the dream of home ownership. So that's what we want to do is we want to help you and your family move in next.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
like I said, guys, topics like this, credit optimization, debt to income, these are going to be stuff that we're going to touch on hopefully monthly, just to give you guys a refresher, right? And keep these things on the back of your mind, so you can look out for them, take care of them. And hopefully, when time comes that you guys want to click the QR code above and apply, you are ready and in a good place to do so.
All right, guys. Well, we want to go ahead and sign out on this topic Tuesday, February 10th. We hope you guys have a blessed day. We look forward to having a great day, and we'll see you.